Hey, this is Dave. We're here at LessConf, and one of this morning's speakers is Chris from GitHub. So you talked this morning, Chris, about why your idea, if it sucks, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's true. That's what I think. I think people get really fixated on having a great idea. They want to tell everyone about their good idea, and then they don't want those people to then reveal that idea to the potential competitors and whatnot. You hear this all the time. You know, I have a great idea, but I need you to sign something first. And if you look at all the really awesome products, the good companies, the big ideas that are really crazy and inspiring, they never really started out the way that they ended up. If you look at, like, let's say the iPhone is an idea that's been done 100 times before, but what really makes the iPhone compelling is the execution. And I think the idea that led me and my co-founders to start our company, today that idea sucks because it's been done 100 times. So what we had to do was kind of adjust, and while we were in the process of building the site, we had to change the idea and not get too hung up on a bunch of words, instead focus on what we were building and the product.
Yeah, because it's hilarious all the time. We talk to entrepreneurs, and we have a big following with VCs and angels, and they're like, you know, I don't even want to have a conversation with you. If you think your idea is so phenomenal, I got to sign a piece of paper.
Right, exactly. I mean, a lot of times what's more important is finding a great designer, a great developer, a great visionary person. That's going to matter way more than whether the idea you came up with is viable or not. Because when you get a really good person who can use their brain really well, they're able to identify the parts of the idea that are worth implementing, and in the process figure out, you know what, this isn't working out that well, but if we do this, it's going to be even better. And that's where I think a lot of the really awesome products like I'm talking about come from. It's, well, you know, if we just do this one thing, it'll be even better, and that's where a lot of the innovation comes from.
Right, that 10% pivot every time as you kind of back and forth and then end up square on it.
Exactly, which you realize when you're in the middle of it.
Yeah, so tell us about GitHub, and you guys, I mean, essentially built that up, and it's got an interesting model in that, you know, there's a paid model. So how does that business side of GitHub worked out for you guys?
It's working out really great. It's a source code sharing site, so it's for developers, designers, anyone who wants to put up source code, jQuery plugins, WordPress themes, Ruby on Rails code. And the way that it works is if you want to publish your code for free, open source code, it doesn't cost you any money. You can use the site as much as you want. We're not ever going to ask for $1 from you. But if you want to have your code be private, be secure, have some guarantees there, you can pay. So what that means basically is if you have a business and you're running the business code from somewhere, you can just move it to GitHub, pay us a small fee, and we'll take care of the rest. And what it's really about is letting people collaborate to develop software better. We're all about making it easier for people to work together on a project. And that really works well whether you're doing something in an open source world or whether you're doing a business project.
Yeah, we in our own startups, we use it because we end up using a lot of distributed folks. So we'll, you know, I may have core developers here, and I may have a group of guys in Boston or someplace that are doing specific tweaks on browser level fixes and stuff like that, and we reposit the code, and then they grab it, and everything's all tracked. It's got all the timestamps. And
that's what we're trying to do. It should be easy for me to wake up and say, what did you do last night? Let's see. Okay, that change I might not agree with. I don't understand that one. GitHub's all about us getting together and talking about the code and making that as easy as possible.
Cool. So is there an upcoming kind of pivot point for you guys, or have you kind of figured it out for now?
I think what we're going to be focusing on this year is businesses, organizations, access controls, making it easier for bigger companies to manage the workflow of smaller distributed teams. GitHub has worked really well so far with some of those features, but now we're going to really blow it out and make it just awesome for everyone involved.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time today, and we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks.